Do you want to feel more creative, more connected? Just got from work, you're tired. Okay, let's start this sacred practice of art together, shall we? Aloha, Dani here. Welcome, beautiful hearts and minds. Don't forget to hit the like button and support my work. This experience is so sacred that it needs a sacred space to happen. I usually take my shoes off because putting the feet on the floor helps with grounding and belonging to this sacred space we are creating. Put some nice music on, some incense or essential oil diffuser, candles, whatever you have available at home. I recommend this practice to anyone in pain or grief, or just trying to find more sense in life. The nighttime is a magical moment when everyone is asleep, quiet, and we can find a gap just for our souls to shine. I also want to establish a very important boundary for our practice. Let's leave our inner critic out of this sacred space. This should be a safe place. Okay, now we're going to make a quick list of 5 things that we want to get rid of our minds, our lives. This really helps me with creative flow, and it's actually an art practice from this book, The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. And I really recommend this book to the creators out there. It's a wonderful book. So let's start our list. When you write the things that haunt your mind, you leave those things on the paper. You get them out of your system. Therefore, your head gets available to receive inspiration from above. That's my concept of creativity. If you clean the way, the passage will appear. Now, let's get a few images. I made actually a quick research earlier of a few images I wanted to work with. Florals are my favorite, so choose your favorite ones. And for this project, I think I'm going to choose, let's see, I think I'm gonna go with this one here. Okay, let's begin. Start with joy and ease. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. At this stage, I like to contemplate the image. See what elements and colors pop more. And I choose one of them to make a sketch. The goal of making art is not its final aesthetic, but the new discoveries we make during this process. activating different senses when touching the paper, or contemplating the beauty of a reference image that we paint. Perceiving the different paint textures and mixing colors on the palette. Discoveries about our preferences, what catches our eye. Discoveries about who we are and what it feels like to be present with ourselves. The company of our true self. This drawing is a very loose sketch just to place the elements I chose to make the composition. It doesn't have to be precise or take more than 15 minutes. When sketching, I try my best to hold the pencil as far as I can from the lead. This way, I lose more control, leaving the process carefree and enjoyable. Now, I will map all the shadows that I can see in my reference image with a 6B graphite pencil. You can use the darkest shade you have. Observe the image and search for the dark values. It doesn't matter if it's green or red. If it's a pinky tone, we will read it as light. If it's a deep pink, then it's dark. I'm always amazed at how many values there are in a single flower. And now we are ready for the next step. I've chosen a green and a yellow ochre shade of watercolors to make a light background so I can achieve a transparent and dreamy look. I apply water to most of the paper, leaving the graphite elements untouched. Try moving the brush over the paper with gentle strokes. That way, if it hits the graphite sketch, it won't smudge so much. The watercolor travels over the paper through the water. So, wherever you have applied water, the paint will end up there. Let's leave this to dry. Breathe one more time. Close the eyes from time to time. Feel the vibe coming from the music. I also take a few glimpses of the sky and think about how big the universe is, how I am lucky to be part of this creation. Okay, this is dry, and now I'm going to give it some dimension with a few acrylic paints. I usually like to paint a few flower shapes on top and around the graffiti flowers that we just did. And actually, I get a lot of inspiration from an artist called Sonal Natvani. She does this amazing abstract floral works with oils, acrylics. And yeah, I do recommend you guys to go and check her work because she's amazing. The difference here is that we used the watercolor as a background to give it a more airy and dreamy look with the transparency of the watercolors. And the acrylics now are just going to be like the cherry on top of the cake. Let's do that. There'll be a lot of random colors here, so if you want to take notes, stop the video now and take a screenshot. I am using a synthetic brush to make the first brush strokes. I will paint the elements with the colors I see in my reference image, starting with the light and then the dark values. As you can see, I am painting them on top of the graphite work, covering parts of it. It's like I am following the clues that the underdrawing is giving me. And also, I will paint new elements around these pencil marks so I can complement my composition. Be very kind to yourself during this step. The purpose of this practice is to think about abstract florals, like Sonal Not Varni, or like Monet. Imagine you are Monet. Squeeze your eyes and experience a new way of seeing an image. It doesn't have to be a realistic painting. Try to use all the sides and angles of the brush. See what new shapes you can create. Be free and loosen up. Okay, now while I wait for this to dry a little bit, acrylics dry really fast, I am going to choose a few wax water-soluble crayons to play a little bit on top, and we're done. Let's dive into the concept of an art practice. Any environment hosts energy, empty spaces, plants, the water, and human brains. There are a lot of scientific studies through MRI and EEG tests associating theta and alpha brainwave patterns with creativity, relaxation, and awareness of our inner world. These patterns can be so good that they can heal physical conditions. And that's what's called energy over matter. When we meditate, paint freely, or sing a prayer, we are affecting the environment's energy. No wonder why, in ancient cultures, singing was a necessity for individuals in the day-to-day basis, like eating. It was a practice primarily related to spirituality, which most people of a social group understood as a need to achieve peace, a connection to the Creator. Now, to give it a final touch, I'm going to grab a graffiti that's water soluble, and I like to emphasize the contrast of the flowers in graffiti that we did previously, so it gives more a dramatic look at the end, like this. As a modern society, we are forgetting how to make things with our own hands. We rely on machines now. We are forgetting our true needs, forgetting the contact with the art that our ancestors established. We often think that art and spirituality are more suited to the other person next to us. A calmer person, not me. That's a big, big getaway sabotage. We all need it. Okay, I think we have it. I'm gonna stop here. Feel free to stop a few steps before we get to this messy stage. But I kind of like this. I think it's nice to, lose a little bit control. And yeah, that's that. When we practice painting or any form of art, we boost our brain functions and immune system. Our moral and spiritual beings get developed. We become better humans. Did you enjoy it? Did you relax? Let's try art once a month, shall we? And let's see if the results are worth the time invested. I will do the same. I will be here with you, okay? Just go to a store, buy a few art materials. You don't need to spend a lot of money, but get excited. You just need a good quality brush, graphite pencil, choose 1 or 2 colors of watercolors, and a sketchbook, and you're good to go. That's the final result. I'm going to frame this beauty. I hope you felt a sense of connection and calmness. And I truly need you to come with me on this journey so we can help each other and make ourselves company to develop this practice for life. So stay tuned, subscribe, and share my videos with people you think would be interested in this content. See you on our next sacred art practice. Aloha pa.